The NASCAR Xfinity Series race has officially concluded from Phoenix Raceway, and what looked like was going to be a win for Justin Allgaier turns into heartbreak, and Chandler Smith is able to pick up the victory. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Xfinity Series race in Phoenix International Raceway. The call 811dig.com, every dig, every time 200. We have quite a bit to talk about from this race. Let's go and talk about it. So for the green flag drop in today's race, Garrett Smithley, Patrick Emerling, Sheldon Creed, Ryan Vargas, and Leland Honeyman would all have to go to rear of the field. So as I saw the race, you had Cole Custer lead the field to the green and Chandler Smith on the outside, and Chandler Smith got a fantastic run and was able to clear Cole Custer for the race lead. The first caution race to come out lap number 6 when Jeremy Clements got into the back of Josh Williams, spinning him out, and unfortunately Dawson Cram had nowhere to go, and I think that Patrick Emerling also got a ton of damage on his car as well. Jeremy Clements being a little over-aggressive at the start of the event, gets into Josh Williams, spins it out. I feel terrible for Josh Williams. It's been a rough start to the 2024 season. What a shame for him. He had a really good car, maybe to get a top 10 or top 15. Unfortunately, his bad luck continues from the start of the season. So then on the restart, Chandler Smith lead the field from the outside with Cole Custer on the inside, and Chandler Smith got a fantastic run and was able to clear for the race lead. He would pull out about a 2.5 to 3 second lead, and coming out the final corner, Chandler Smith would pull out a big lead and win stage number 1. Then all lead lap cars would then come down pit road with Cole Custer winning the race off pit road, and Chandler Smith came down pit road first, dropping back to 4th position. So then on the restart, Cole Custer lead the field from the inside with Justin Allgaier on the outside, and Justin Allgaier got a terrible restart, and Cole Custer was able to clear for the race lead, and Cole Custer started pulling away out to a pretty big advantage and got to about a 2.5 to 3 second lead, and then Justin Allgaier also got, I think, up to 2nd position as well eventually. Then there was issues for Corey Heim, who had a vibration on the car. I think it was a loose wheel, and he had to come down pit road and was falling back drastically throughout the event. He drops back to 8th position and then came down pit road for the issue. And at this time, Cole Custer had a pretty big lead over Justin Allgaier and would come off the corner and win stage number 2. Then all lead lap cars would come down pit road with Cole Custer winning the race off pit road. Unfortunately, Ryan Sieg would get penalized for speeding on pit road. So then on the restart, Cole Custer lead the field from the inside with Justin Allgaier on the outside, and Cole Custer got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the lead. Then we had a really good battle happen between Chandler Smith and Cole Custer for the race lead with about 90 laps to go, and eventually Chandler Smith was able to get the race lead from Cole Custer, who started dropping back like a rock because the car was way too loose and dropped back to 5th position. Then Chandler Smith was starting to pull out to a couple second lead, but with 63 laps to go, the race would change. Hailie Deegan would get it loose going into turn number 1 and would hit the outside wall, or get a little bit into the outside wall, and NASCAR decided to throw the caution. In my opinion, probably one of the worst calls that NASCAR has made so far this year. Hailie Deegan just got loose. You're telling me that is a caution? That was not a caution in my opinion, and that was a BS yellow. They should not have thrown the caution for that, but it would lead to something we'll get into here in just a little bit. But Hailie Deegan hit the wall a little bit. She was even shocked on the radio that that was a yellow. I think that was a BS yellow in my honest opinion. So then all the lap cars would then come down pit road with John Hunter Nemechek winning the race off of pit road and Chandler Smith falling back to 4th position. So then on the next restart, John Hunter Nemechek led the field from the inside with Justin Allgaier on the inside, and there was a lot of contact happening on the restarts into turn number 1. John Hunter had a good restart, but Justin Allgaier also got a great run. Then going into turn number 1, they were 3 wide on the bottom between Riley Herbst, Chandler Smith, and John Hunter Nemechek. They'd all make contact. Riley Herbst would send Chandler Smith up into John Hunter Nemechek. Then John Hunter came back down. Chandler Smith would clip him, and the big woman strike going down the back straightaway, collecting drivers like Sam Mayer, Brandon Jones, Hailie Deegan, William Byron, Eric Almirola, Austin Hill, Jeb Burton, Parker Retzlaff, Ryan Ellis, and Brennan Poole would all get collected in the incident and the wreck. To me, from what I saw, it looked like maybe Riley Herbst got into Chandler Smith just a little bit there, and then Chandler Smith really had nowhere to go. To me, it's just one of those racing deals. I don't think one person's really at fault for the situation or at wreck. There are multiple entities involved, including NASCAR, who should have never thrown the caution previously because that big wreck never would have happened. I feel terrible for a lot of drivers. Sam Mayer, who had a really good run going, got collected for no reason. Same with Hailie Deegan. Same with William Byron and Eric Almirola, who both were having pretty solid runs, and a lot of cars got collected in this wreck because of NASCAR's stupidity. And because of that, because of the damage, they had to red flag the event with 57 laps to go for a little over 11 minutes, and then they got back going. So then on the next restart, you had Justin Allgaier lead the field from the inside with Chandler Smith on the outside, and Justin Allgaier got a fantastic restart and was able to clear for the lead. Chandler Smith on the early portion of the run put on a lot of pressure because his car seemed to be the best on the short run, but basically as the run progressed, Justin Allgaier was starting to pull away. And it looked like that Justin Allgaier was going to pull out to a pretty big lead and win the race. Unfortunately, with 6 laps to go, the leader himself, Justin Allgaier, has a flat left rear tire going into turn number 1 and backs into the outside wall, bringing the caution out and unfortunately ending his day. Terrible luck for Justin Allgaier. It's like Noah Gragson back in 2021, but basically he had the race pretty much won, and then David Starr basically wrecked in front of him at a flat tire, and then Noah Gragson had nowhere to go. Feel terrible for Justin Allgaier. This was his race to win, in my opinion, and unfortunately because of bad luck and a tire going down, which you can't really control, which I think they had no warning, if I'm not mistaken, that there was a tire going down. What a shame for Justin Allgaier. It was his race to win, and unfortunately his day comes to a close because of a flat tire. So then, under the caution, Sammy Smith, Anthony Alfredo, BJ McLeod, and Leland Honeyman all came down the road to put scuff tires on while the rest leaders stayed out. So then on the final restart, you had Chandler Smith lead the field from the inside with Sheldon Creed on the outside, and Chandler Smith got a fantastic and great restart and was able to clear Sheldon Creed for the lead. There was a lot of wrecking and a lot of carnage starting happening behind and a lot of contact. As it came to the white flag, Chandler Smith had the lead by Sheldon Creed by about a second or about a couple tenths of a second. It came down to back straightaway. Jesse Love and Sheldon Creed tried everything to run down Chandler Smith for the win, but it would not be enough. And coming off the final corner, Chandler Smith picks up his second career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory and his first win of the 2024 season here at Phoenix. Did Chandler Smith have the best car today? I would argue probably yes, at least in the first half. They just made the car a little bit worse as the race progressed, but that car got better, and it was actually starting to catch Justin Allgaier before the flat tire started coming into play. I know some people are going to say that Chandler Smith back into this one, but Chandler Smith was never below 3rd or 4th most of the day. He had a really, really fast car. I believe led the most laps in today's race as well. I think it's a well-deserved win for Chandler Smith. I know he probably doesn't want to win that way with the guy having a flat tire, but Chandler Smith was in the right position, the right time, and picks up his first win. Coming into this year, I had Chandler Smith winning quite a few races in 2024, and tonight he proved that and gets his first win of the year. I think this is the first of many to come for Chandler. I think this is going to be a fantastic year for him, and maybe if he runs well enough, he can get promoted to the NASCAR Cup Series. So nonetheless, congratulations to Chandler Smith on getting his first win of 2024. So now we're going to take a look at the race results, and I'll give my score and thoughts on today's race. So Chandler Smith picks up the win. Jesse Love finishes second. Best finish he's had so far in his Xfinity Series career. A really great run for Jesse Love. Struggled in the beginning of the event, but they made that car way better as the race progressed and comes home with a very solid top 5 finish. I think this is going to be a pretty big year for Jesse Love. I think he's due to win a race at some point. We know that 2 car has been pretty good here with Sheldon Creed, so fantastic run for Jesse Love in second place. Sheldon Creed finishes 3rd. Outside of that run at Vegas, he's had a good start to the year. Finished second here last year. I thought he was going to be a contender, and while he wasn't a massive threat and contender throughout the day, he still comes home with a very solid 3rd place finish. Great run for Sheldon Creed. Austin Hill finishes 4th. Got kind of lucky because all the cars are wrecked out, but they did the right thing. They had damage on that car too. And Austin Hill continues a really strong start to the year. His worst finish is 4th. His average finish right now is a 3. That's impressive, and that's unbelievable, by the way. Good run for him. I know he didn't have the best car all day, but finishes 4th. Great run for Austin Hill. Cole Custer finished 5th. He had one of the best cars early. Seemed like the car faded as the run progressed and the race progressed, but still comes home with a very solid top 5 run. Good run for Cole Custer. Shane Van Gisbergen finishes 6th. What a run for SVG. He had definitely got a little lucky because of the big wreck that happened, but still, he was in the right position, the right time, avoided a bunch of wrecks, and it's not just like the fact he got up there. He was passing cars. He was continuing to move forward and forward on a run-by-run basis. He was getting better and better, and to come home with a top 10 finish in 6th is really impressive. Expect a video on him here later. Great run for Shane Van Gisbergen in 6th. Brandon Jones finishes 7th, continues a really solid start to the season. I think he's finished in the top 10 in 3 of the 4 races now, so a much better start to the 2024 season in 7th. Good run for him. Parker Kligerman finishes 8th, has some damage from the big incident, and still is, and same with Brandon Jones, by the way, still able to recover and get a solid top 10 finish in 8th. Great run for Parker Kligerman. Sammy Smith took tires at the end. He finished his 9th. Very solid run for him. He did struggled early in this race, but they made that car better and gets a very solid top 10 and 9th. And Anthony Fredo finishes 10th. Great run for the 5 team. They've had some top 20 runs throughout the year. Good run for him in 10th place. Leland Honeyman finished 11th, a great run for the 42 team, who's definitely in good position in the owner points now. Ryan Seek finishes 12th, was in the top 5 near the end of the event, seeing that car faded, though, unfortunately, at the end. He finishes 12th. Blaine Perkins finishes 13th, good run for him. BJ McLeod finishes 14th. Jeremy Clemens finishes 15th, was competing for a top 10 at one point, recovered a little bit. Kyle Weatherman finishes 16th, decent run for him today. Nick Lights finishes 17th. AJ Allmendinger finishes 18th. He had an engine issue that was starting to progress throughout the event, but still was able to come across the line in a top 20 run. He's never really been great at this track, so I wasn't expecting much from AJ. He did end up having a top 15 car at points, but it seems like that car, unfortunately, had that engine issue that cost him a good run. JJ Haley finishes 19th. Brennan Poole, another top 20 run. I think he's finishing the top 20 in all 4 races to start the year, so good run for the 44 team. Ryan Ellis finished 21st. Corey Hyman had his trouble, finished 22nd. He was fast early in this race, unfortunately. Just that issue with the lug nut cost him a shot at contending for this win. He finished 22nd. William Byron finished 23rd. He was my pick coming into the weekend. Never really had race-winning pace, but was a top 5, top 10 car. Unfortunately, he had basically got called in the big incident wreck that cost him a shot at contending. He finished 23rd. Riley Hurts finished 24th, was running top 5 most of the early portion of the race. Unfortunately for him, he got caught up in the big incident wreck. He finished 24th. Kyle Seek finished 25th. Garrett Smithley finished 26th. Josh Williams, after his issues early, finished 27th, hoping he has some luck going forward into the future. Dawson Cramp finished 28th. Justin Allgaier, after his tire troubles, finished 29th. He had a really good car, one of the best cars in the field. Unfortunately, his day is coming to get a win this year. He finished 29th. Frankie Muniz finished 30th. At least he got a top 30, but man, just no raw speed, but no surprise with the Joey Gates Motorsports organization. They've never shown a lot of pace in the past. He finished 30th. Good to see Frankie, though, back in Xfinity. Eric Almirola finished 31st. Had a top 5 car, probably top 3, top 4 car, and they were making that car better as the race progressed. Unfortunately, like a lot of drivers, he was caught up in the big incident and wreck. John Nemechek finished 32nd, was also caught up in the big incident and wreck, and his day came to close because of the damage. Haley Deegan finished 33rd. Unfortunately, her day came to end after the big wrecks and all the other issues she had. She was a top 20 car early, fell back though, and was about as far as 25th. Tough break for her after a really good run at Vegas. She finished 33rd. Sam Mayer finished 34th. He cannot catch a break, man. Terrible start to the year. Only 1 race completed so far. It's not even his fault, by the way. He had a top 5 car and probably would have gotten a top 5 before that wreck. He's going to be in dangerous position going at COTA with owner's points being a thing. I don't think he's in a good position there. I know he got some stage points, which might help a little bit, but still 34th. Needs to turn the season around. Just a bad start to the year for Sam Mayer, though unfortunately it's not his fault. Parker Westside finished 35th. Jeb Byrne finished 36th. Brian Vargas finished 37th. Ryan Vargas had a tire that caught on fire that Fox never mentioned, by the way. Just want to save that. And Patrick Emmerling finishes last in 38th place. So now let's talk about the overall race as a whole, and I'll give my score and thoughts on today's race. So honestly, this race was okay. It wasn't really anything special. There was good racing at points. I thought Stage 2 was really entertaining and fun. You had these guys getting sideways and side by side throughout the event, but it really wasn't that much action up front for the lead especially. I didn't think this race was terrible. I don't think this race was absolutely great. The leader got out front. It was really hard to pass the leader. Clean air still meant a lot, which Phoenix historically is a track that clean air matters a lot. So, and of course, because of NASCAR's also horrendous call at one point, I am going to give today's race at Phoenix overall, I'm going to give this race a 6.5 out of 10. It was an okay race in my opinion. There was good moments for sure, but it's been kind of lacking. The Xfinity Series has been kind of lacking to start the year. I hope it really turns around when we go to COTA. I think COTA will be a good race for sure. Just a little bit of a disappointing start to the year for Xfinity. I'm giving this race a 6.5 out of 10. So, that is good for today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race review from Phoenix. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my Patreon as well. Links are below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's race. What are your thoughts on today's race? Let me know below. Let me know your score in the comments below, and congratulate Chandler Smith on picking up the victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Later tonight, expect a video on SVG. We'll talk about how he ran today in the race with him getting a 6th place finish. Tomorrow, we're going to have the starting lineup video for the Cup Series race at Phoenix, same with the race review. Monday, there's going to be a NASCAR news video dropping on the channel. We got a lot of great content as we preview you guys and get you ready for Bristol. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.